Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. Some experts recommend looking back, hence the persistence of childhood-rooted therapy and such aphorisms as, you can't move forward until you heal your past. But listeners to my work, readers of my work, know that I worry that the benefits of revisiting the past are too often outweighed by negative side effects. For example, using past trauma to justify present inaction, living with a chip on the shoulder, undue suspicion of others, self-absorbed retelling of their ancient woes to their friends and relatives' dismay or their dismissal. I also worry about people who focus too much on the future. I couldn't have been more guilty of it myself when at age 20, on my first trip to Europe, I focused more on what's next than what I was experiencing at the moment. For example, upon arrival at the Louvre, I said to myself, I got to get through this so I can get to the Tuileries before it closes at 5. What an idiot. More significantly, many people worry so much about something that's on the horizon in the future that they can't focus on what they're doing now at work or in their personal life. More benign, but still problematic, some people ruminate and plan excessively, which results in procrastination and, ironically, less wise solutions than if they lived by ready, fire, aim. Plan only to the point of diminishing returns, then take a low-risk action, and then revise based on that experience. Finally, long-range planning, while of course yielding some benefits, too often is inaccurate. Even world-class futurists are far more confident in their predictions for 6 to 12 months out than for 5 years out, let alone 20 years away. As you see, there's just too many factors can intervene to make such predictions even acceptably accurate. So, while I'm not averse to some looking back and looking forward, I believe in erring toward living in the moment. I go as far as saying that I like to be mindful of every second. Should I do this? Is it the best or most time-effective way to do it? I do also try to appreciate each second, whether it's that I have the privilege of writing this, speaking this, or the sensory pleasure of my dog licking my face or my wife hugging me. Here are some more examples that may be helpful. I remember a beer commercial that said something like, "Nothing as good as the first sip." While I'm no beer fan, I try to stay conscious of my first bite when hungry, my first sip when thirsty. That's a special pleasure. Why let it go unsavored, even unnoticed? When I'm with a difficult client, I try to remain focused on my privilege of being able to sit in my comfortable home office trying to help someone, one-on-one, with no distractions. Aware of life's transience, I am grateful for simple moments in my relationships. For example, watching a movie with my hand on my wife's thigh, laughing with my friend of 62 years, or hugging my new doggy Hachi while suppressing the retrospective thought of missing Einstein, the dog of my life who recently died. Appreciating the purchases that have given me pleasure, like putting the coffee into my $20 Mr. Coffee, looking at a marigold in bloom that I bought a six-pack of for $3, feeling my head drop down every night onto my very soft Sleeps with Dogs pillowcase. I'm grateful that at 69 I can still enjoy a vigorous daily hike around a nature-rich lake. My live by the second philosophy applies even to investments. I resist thinking that the stock market and economy could crash amid its mountain of debt and redistributive toward egalitarianism spending. Rather, I focus on the moment that I, like anyone with just a few bucks, can, by buying even one share of, for example, Google, Apple, Disney, Toyota, Goldman Sachs, Johnson & Johnson, or Procter & Gamble, share in the fruits of the labors of some of the world's smartest, most driven people, who are all made more effective with the efficiencies of the American corporation. So, are you living too much in the past or in the future? And when living in the present, are you making the most of each hour, maybe even each second? And where possible, appreciating and feeling gratitude? I'm Marty Nemko. I thank you for watching. Feel free to give this a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Sharing it on your social media. There's a share button there. Making a comment, subscribing to my channel. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I'm Marty Nemko.